You ready, Meredith?
I am ready. Oops, thank you.
This one.
Okay, here we go.
Push it. Yep.
Good
On.
evening, everyone, and welcome to the Mayor and Council regular session on Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. This meeting is also being conducted telephonically. The dial-in number is 425-436-6365, access code 213563. And the meeting may also be viewed on the Ramsey YouTube channel. May you please have a roll call?
Mayor Dillon,
Here.
Councilwoman Cusick,
Here.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Here.
Councilman Kilman,
Here.
Councilman Popolo,
Here.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Here.
Councilwoman Woods.
Here.
Thank you. And I will ask Dylan Hunt to lead us in the flag salute. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of all citizens to have advance notice of and to attend all meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting the public is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, notice of this meeting of the Mayor and Council was published in the Bergen Record and the Suburban News on Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. May I have the approval of minutes, please?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I make a motion to approve the minutes from January 6, 2025 for both meetings.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any comments or changes to the minutes? Okay, not hearing any. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick,
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Popolo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. Communications.
Yes, Madam Mayor, I make a motion to receive and file the communications as listed on tonight's agenda.
Madam Mayor, this is Councilwoman Cusick, and I second.
Thank you. Any comments on the communications? Not hearing any. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick,
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter,
Yes.
Councilman Kilman,
Yes.
Councilman Popolo,
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy,
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to go out of order?
Yes, Madam Mayor, motion to go out of order, please.
Councilwoman Cusick, I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right. Dylan, you're up. Well, yep, we'll come on down. Here, Joe, let me give you this. Oh, yeah, on the table, please. Got it? Thank you.
Okay. So Dylan is here before us because of that big, beautiful navy blue and gold sign you see when you enter Ramsey on Lake Street on the shore of Duck Pond. With the help of many, Dylan had the vision to improve the tired signs that were there and landscape the area. We are extremely thankful for his effort. The sign hails of all the wonderful organizations and events under the control of the Ramsey Borough. You may have seen it on the cover of the Recycling Guide this year as well. I would encourage everyone to stop by and admire his beautiful work. Dylan is such an accomplished young man. Not only is he a candidate for Eagle Scout, but this January he was recognized by Ramsey High School's PTO as VIP for January 2025 for service to his community. But this is nothing new for Dylan. There's so much to read here. Dylan started his career in service at an early age. He spearheaded his annual Halloween costume drive, age 7, with New Jersey Cares. He worked with New Jersey Devils to collect youth sporting equipment so children of fallen soldiers and first responders could always continue to play their sports. He helped moms for Marines with wreaths across America, candy for the troops, and personal supplies for the troops. He worked at the Marines for Toys for Tots as well. Dylan did such an amazing job collecting letters for a charity called Kelly Ford's Valentines for the troops that the famous national DJ host, Kelly Ford, from Nash FM's New York Country Radio Show, tracked him down and did a national radio interview with him. When Nash FM left New York, he continued with supportourtroops.org and continued collecting other holiday letters for the troops and personal supplies. He worked with U.S. Marines to collect unwanted candy for troops serving abroad. This not only lifted the service members' spirits, but they wrote to tell Dylan the huge impact the candy made on bridging relationships with the locals and building bonds with the local children. Some of the candy was placed in gift bags and placed under the tree at the base Christmas party and given to the children who would not be spending that Christmas with a parent. He earned a challenge coin for collecting over 400 pounds of candy. And a challenge coin is a huge deal. Some years there was enough candy to share with children's hospitals, Christian aftercare programs, and veteran homes and church groups. He also helped with Adopt a Troop Platoon, where kids, sports teams, classroom children, etc. literally adopt a platoon stationed abroad and send them what they need. He volunteered with Hockey Fights Hunger, who worked with the New Jersey Food Bank in association with New Jersey Bandits and the IDA. He was sought out and invited by the Hawthorne Gospel Church to help with Project Christmas Child. Away from charity, Dylan was picked best teammate for all 11 years of his travel hockey defenseman career. His teammates were from all different towns and schools, and that is super huge. Dylan was awarded a diploma for excellence for his score in the National Latin exam. He was asked to join Ramsey Rescue as an explorer at age 14 because he loved earning his search and rescue merit badge and saw the importance of it in helping his community. Dylan has earned over 90 merit badges in Cub Scouts. He earned the ranks of Tiger, Wolf, Bear, Weeblo, and the Arrow of Light Award. He also won the baking contest 2 years in a row, and he took silver in the Pinewood Derby. In Boy Scouts, he earned Tenderfoot second class, first class, and light. He's also a member of the OA. I want to be clear that Dylan is being honored for his project and not for becoming an Eagle Scout. He is an Eagle Scout candidate and won't be an Eagle Scout until he passes his Eagle Scout board of review. Each potential scout must appear before an Eagle board and must be approved by the Boy Scout Council of Northern New Jersey before he actually earns the rank of Eagle Scout. This should be happening sometime next month. 2025 also marks 100 years of Eagle Scouts from Troop 31. We are proud of all the work these scouts have done to earn their Eagle Scout rank. And lastly, Dylan has been sponsored by the American Legion and supported by Senator Holly Schifisi, and is currently awaiting their response to his application to join Boys State of New Jersey this June. I speak on behalf of the Mayor and Council and wish to thank you for your service to Ramsey. Your Eagle Scout project, like many before you, has left Ramsey a better place. We are thankful and recognize you for your efforts. You are an inspiration to all Scouts and all residents as well. We wish you the best in your future endeavors, and we are sure it will be a bright future. Many thanks and congratulations. Dylan's project that you can find when you enter Ramsey, and it's just super impressive. We're really so proud of you and thankful. And this is just a certification recognizing you from the Mayor and Council. Thank you. Thank you. You want to say anything?
Yeah, well, I prepared a short little thank you letter to the numerous people who helped me out with the project. Well, I thank you for the honor of this recognition. I couldn't have accomplished what I achieved without a wonderfully dedicated network of friends and supporters. So I'd like to take 2 minutes to thank them. New and old family connections, Tom and Lisa Whalen, Kathy and Abby Ware, Natalie Mahoney, Yanis, Nick Myers, the Beshers, and the Rodriguez and the Pratt families. My family, my aunt and pop, my cousins, especially Nick and Reddy, and my utterly insane aunts, all 7 of them, for digging down the dirt with me and helping me put the final touch in with the plans. The help and guidance of Mr. Jim Trough, Mr. Tom Lanning, Ramsey's DPW, Mr. Bruce Jose, and Ms. Nancy Boone were all invaluable. My dream team of local businessmen and residents, Jimmy Cheeseman, Denise Tomaso, Brian Grisby, Bill Susser, Chris Myers, Sam Englishman, Kyle Hasslinger, Tim Sheeky, Kevin Downs, and Alex Neely. Just like tonight, I was supported without pause by my fellow scouts and dedicated adult leaders, especially Mrs. Jackie Gersh and Mr. Kieran Barrett, who started Medieval with me, and Scoutmaster, Mr. Dan Lepore. The outpouring of financial support from local businessmen like Dr. Joseph and Debbie Bednar, Joey Hikari, and Mr. Bobby Reese of the Asphalt Arena. Not to mention the residents who donated to my GoFundMe page, Ramsey Moms and Dads, the Ramsey Farmers Market for their support. Thank you to the Mayor and Council for trusting me to do a good job. Thank you to my dream team for believing in a kid and seeing my vision and helping me to make it a reality. I'll always treasure the countless hours we spent together with her. Thank you to my scouting family for being with me from the start. My dad, my brother's fiance, Jackie, both my brothers, Vinny and Jimmy, the rest of my family and friends. Without them, my vision would have just remained a vision. Lastly, there's one more person that I owe it to shine a spotlight on. After countless times he simply appeared out of nowhere when I needed him, shining a headlight and lending a hand every time one of the trees blew over. My friend, fellow Ramsey Rescue member, Boy Scout, and partner in crime for eternity, Linda Burke. Almost as many hours at my site as I did, showed me firsthand what it means to live as an Eagle Scout. Thank you, everyone.
Dylan, thank you for taking something that was a continual eyesore as you drove into Ramsey that did not show off the best of Ramsey and turn it into something beautiful that we can all be so very proud of. You've now made the entrance into Ramsey wonderful. So thank you. We will be eternally grateful to you for that.
Thank you.
Well, folks, we love having you here and seeing your smiling, happy faces. But now that the presentation to Dylan is completed, you don't have to stay. We won't be offended, okay? We understand it's cold out, it's January, you might want to get home.
This
We
is
get
the
it,
boring
okay?
part now. So.
Right. But it was really nice to see all of you, and thank you for coming. Of course. Our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
It's
Thank
beautiful,
you.
isn't it?
Nice job.
Oh, shoot.
Tracy. Tracy.
Thank you. Congratulations. Great job, Dylan.
Great job, Bill.
Well, the first time I read this, I just wanted you to know that I had to really take a deep breath. I know, just the start.
Very cool.
All right, do I have a motion to go back into regular session?
Yes, Madam Mayor, motion to go back into regular session.
Second?
Councilwoman Cusick, I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Let's open it up to public comment. Anyone wishing to address the governing body, please give your name, spelling the last name, and address. Please speak in an audible tone and address your comments to the chair. There will be a 5-minute time limit per speaker, unless reduced because of the volume of business on the agenda. Please note, public comment is your time. Out of respect and fairness to all, there will be no interruptions or questions answered during your time. No time shall be ceded to anyone else, and no time shall be saved for later use. Any responses may be given during the governing body's comments later in the meeting or as directed by the chair. The Borough Clerk is the official timekeeper. Professor?
Hello? Okay. Good evening. My name is Justin Wittrell, 506 Collins Avenue in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. It's W-A-T-R-E-L, as in Larry. I'm a professor in the School of Business and Hotel Management at Bourbon Community College. I came up to say to the mayor and to the council, to all of you, thank you so much for last semester. My students walked out of here floating on air. They were so happy at the presentation. I watched the video of the presentation that was on YouTube that my students put on the website. And I gotta tell you, I think they all had you by the town song. It's because I could see you were all captivated. And by the way, I was just telling the councilwoman that Cheslin, who was my team leader for special events, who did the Strawberry Festival, she baked that all herself. That's the detail that all of these students came in. I see the Christmas tree is still here too, which was the gift to all of you. But I wanted to say to all of you, thank you so much for supporting. You were, Mayor, you're a long list of mayors who have helped me with this project. Like I said, Rutherford, Patterson, Westwood, who else? Glen Rock have all helped. And they've all seen the vision of the potential that your town has. It's like we were telling your head of the Historical Society, the old stone house has so much potential, and it's only open 3 times a year. Your downtown has such a wonderful cohesiveness in restaurants and stores that are not being tapped into is because it's right off Route 17, it's a great downtown, vibrant, and you should see some of the downtowns I've seen recently. I mean, Hasbrouck Heights were very vibrant, but the thing is that there's money to be made. And with taxable rates and everything, we all know that those extras are always coming in, is that there's a lot of potential here. And I hope the students were able to show that. And I saw it from when I did my first tour of the downtown in October. And also, too, I also wanted to thank all of you for getting the Historical Society involved, too, because that tour went by extremely well. And he seemed to be very happy with a lot of the ideas. And I sent the mayor a copy of the website and of a blog I did on the project. All the videos are on YouTube right now promoting the town. And if you find someone who actually can sing it better, the town song's there for you too. I can have Luke send you the words. But I said to him, of all things, you couldn't get someone who could sing. He goes, well, I wanted to try it myself. But I wanted to thank all of you for the time, the effort, the support, and everything you did for those students. Is because it meant the world to them. They were like floating on air. All my presidents and all my vice presidents and all my team leaders, they got A's on the project. But they were mostly A students or alumni of previous projects. For the most part, everyone did very, very well in that class. They were all A's and B's. But the project really showed the potential that the towns have without even having to go to a marketing service. You see what your own scout can do. That your high school students and your college students can do so much for these communities, and there's so much. And if you ever need marketing projects or any types of things, there's tons of college students on that campus that need projects to do to graduate. So never hesitate to reach out to the marketing department, business department, history department, because they need you. And I've told all 4 people on all the projects I worked on this semester, of which we supported Schallenberg Farm out in Cloister, and 4 museums, the Old Stone House, the Red Lyndhurst Schoolhouse Museum, Bergenfield Museum, the South Presbyterian Church, the what else? There's so many of them. The Benke Museum. And there's so much potential in all of these places with a fresh perspective from the students. But I just wanted to come up and say thank you to all of you for being so supportive, and I hope you enjoyed the Strawberry Shortcake, the songs, the commercials. And they're all available online, and like I said, I sent the mayor the website and everything so that you can reference this. If you want to pass this on to your Chamber of Commerce, you want to pass this on to your women's group, which I wish I'd been there that night, but because it would have been nice to get the Chamber's opinions too. But now the Chamber has all the work done for them. All I've got to do is just put it into place. And there's, with the budgets and everything, they can always be adjusted, because I always told them, you have no budget, just go for it. So that's why everything's so expensive. But that's the fun of it, because you can tailor it down. Unfortunately, some of the students have graduated, some have moved on. Some are my next project that we're working on. We'll be working on in a couple of weeks. But again, I just wanted to say thank you, Mayor, for supporting us. Bruce, thank you for coming on the tour with us, and to all of you, thank you so much from me and from all those students that you helped support. It really, it made a big difference. Thank you.
Thank you.
And, no, and thank you to you and your students for choosing Ramsey and taking the project so seriously and doing such a wonderful job. I mean, That's truly a gift that you gave to us. So thank you.
What's nice, we won't make a difference. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming out on such a cold night.
What's better than the race going that night?
It's true.
You too, take care.
Night, Professor Luttrell. Thank you.
Doke, anyone else from the public wish to comment? Anyone on the line? First call for comments from the telephone line. Second call. Third and final call. Not hearing anyone? I will close public comment. Let's move on to the advertised public hearings for final consideration of ordinances. Ordinance 01-2025.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is Councilwoman Cusick. This is the final ordinance, number 01-2025, an ordinance amending Chapter 19 of the Code of the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and more specifically, subsection 19-2.1, thereof entitled Fees for Water Usage. Having been brought up for public hearing and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard, pass final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey, and be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is directed, to cause a copy of the title of said ordinance to be published in an official newspaper, the Borough, in the manner provided by law, together with a notice of the date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second?
Any comment on this ordinance?
Madam Mayor, this ordinance sets new water usage rates for the borough, for the Board of Public Works, for our borough. The rates were approved by the BPW in December, at the December meeting, and recommended to the mayor and council for confirmation and an endorsing ordinance. This sets the rates effective for 2025. These are approximately a 3.9% increase from prior rates, reflecting increased operating and capital costs for our BPW.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I'll open this up to public hearing. Is there anyone from the public who would like to comment on ordinance 01-2025? Not seeing anyone in chambers, I'll ask, is there anyone on the telephone who would like to comment on ordinance 01-2025? Second call for comments. Third and final call for comments. Not hearing anyone, I will close the public hearing on this ordinance. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, can we have, let's open up for ordinance 02-2025.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is final ordinance 02-2025, an ordinance to authorize capital improvements for the purpose of acquisition of vehicles and equipment for the Ramsey Police Department in the Borough of Ramsey, Bergen County, New Jersey, and to appropriate the sum of $165,000 to pay for the cost thereof, having been brought up for public hearing and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard, pass final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey. And be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is directed to cause a copy of title of said ordinance to be published in an official newspaper, the Borough, in the manner provided by law, together with a notice of the date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
Thank you. Any comments?
Yes, briefly. Excuse me. This is a capital improvement ordinance, not a bond ordinance. The difference is that the funds have been appropriated in the borough's budget and require no new borrowing. This ordinance designates $165,000 of those funds to be utilized for acquisition of 2 replacement vehicles with requisite equipment and upfitting of vehicles, radios, and light bars.
Thank you. Any other comments? No, I'll open this up for public hearing. Is there anyone who would like to comment on ordinance 02-2025? Not seeing anyone in chambers, I'll ask, is there anyone on the telephone who would like to comment on ordinance 02-2025? Second call for comments. Third and final call for comments. I will now close the public hearing. Can we have roll call, please?
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, there are no appointments this evening. Let's move on to consent resolutions.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Be it resolved that resolutions 033-2025 through and including 040-2025 having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Ramsey be and are hereby passed and approved. There's a special permit request. The Minetti Dentist Group is requesting permission to hold their 7th annual Ramsey Townwide Garage Sale on Saturday, May 3rd, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. with conditions established last year, and there are no block party requests this evening.
Wonderful. Can I have a second, please?
I'll second that.
Thank you. Any comments on the consent resolutions? Not hearing any. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick?
Yes.
Councilman Gottwetter?
Yes.
Councilman Kilman?
Yes.
Councilman Papalo?
Yes.
Councilwoman Poppy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we've already had a special presentation for Dylan. We will move on to committee and liaison reports. Finance Administration, Councilman Gottwetter.
Thank you again, Madam Mayor. I just want to congratulate Dylan Hunt and acknowledge his efforts in the Welcome to Ramsey project that he did for the Eagle Scouts, and thank him for his efforts for the borough. For my report for this evening, for the library board, December highlights and upcoming events. The first silent reading party was held, where the meeting room was transformed to feel of a comfortable coffee shop, I guess, sort of like what they had with Friends. Yes, I never really watched that, but I heard about that show. And relaxing music. This will be a monthly event. Ramsey Library mugs are available for purchase. Other events during the month, where the Ridgewood Symphony played a Sunday afternoon concert, and a jazz combo will be the concert on Sunday, January 26th at 2 p.m. There were crafting programs for those of all ages, holiday party for kids, and various team programs. Upcoming events are the Lunar New Year on February 15th from 1 to 4 p.m., Winterfest on March 1st from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., and New Jersey Makers Day with STEM events on March 14th. Upcoming presentations including a caregiver Zoom on January 27th, Monuments of Washington, D.C. on February 5th via Zoom, and Reducing Added Sugar on February 18th with a nutritionist from ShopRite. For the Recreation Commission, winter sports are in progress. Basketball and wrestling and clinic and spring sports registration will begin shortly. The RBSA and Ramsey Junior Lacrosse registrations are through their own organizations. The Rec Commission has ordered banners and signs to advertise recreation sports sign-ups to be posted in various locations, similar to where the Ramsey Run banners are by the tennis courts, off Franklin Turnpike, Finch Park, and by the Farmers Market. And the Rec Commission is utilizing Team Snap for team management and scheduling to avoid conflict with the pool accounts. The Ramsey Farmers Market, I stopped by there on Sunday. Nice warm day. Low to mid-70s. No, that was the Ramsey Farmers Market in some other southern part of the country, which also is cold. It's about as warm in Ramsey as it is in parts of Florida these days. The market is open from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and continuing this schedule through April. There are still upwards of 50 dedicated farmers and food purveyors each and every Sunday. I did speak to the director, and Nancy is planning many interesting events in 2025 once the weather gets a little bit warmer. And that concludes my report for this evening.
Thank you, Councilman. Public Safety, Council President Kilman.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First, I want to say congratulations to Dylan Hunt, and I don't even know if congratulations is the right word. Here he is. His dedication and thoughtfulness to people and the community makes this just an amazing, his contribution just makes this a better place. And he is simply an amazing young man, and we wish him great things, and I'm sure that we'll be hearing more from him. Moving on, or just quickly to Councilman Gottwetter, I heard they had 3 inches of snow in Panama City, Florida, just so that you're not missing it that much. Currently, the Ramsey Emergency Service Complex project is being revisited and reassessed. The challenge given to those design professionals involved is to accommodate both the present and future needs of the Ramsey Volunteer Fire Department, the Ramsey Rescue Squad, and the Ramsey Office of Emergency Management, as well as to stay within the feasible budget parameters initially estimated regardless of the current rise in inflation and construction costs. Once this process is complete, select borough officials review the new plan, its functionality and cost, before presenting it to the full mayor and council and the public. There'll be more to come on this as things develop. And that is my brief report tonight.
Thank you. Building, Planning, and Zoning, Councilwoman Woods.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Again, congratulations to Dylan. I had to catch my breath because when I read through that report that I wrote, I kept tearing up and I couldn't get through it, and so I just had to take a deep breath. But he is so impressive. These are the kind of people that make Ramsey special, and may he be a wonderful example for all of us. The Design Review Board last met on December 17th. Signage for 3 applications was approved: Forever Young, an anti-aging solutions company in the old Children's Place. Also, the ShopRite pickup location will be between Torrid and Carter's, and pickup will be in the rear, both at Interstate. And then Bergen's Soul Podiatry across from the high school had their signage approved. The next Design Review Board meeting is Tuesday, January 28th. The Senior Trustees Board met on January 9th, 2025. Membership is up to 599 members, and sadly, I was not old enough to be the 600th member as I wanted to be. The Senior Trustees conduct a thorough meeting and cover every detail of what they do for the senior citizens of Ramsey. Even though the borough was closed for Martin Luther King Day, the Senior Center was open. The calendar is full with so many programs to meet the residents' needs, and they continue to be thoughtful of the groups that help them with providing lunch for the DPW. They worked with the Gingerbread House project with the high school students and distributed them to many organizations around town, including the police department, the borough, the library, the senior home, and many others. They were extremely thankful for their new Christmas tree, which was donated by our wonderful mayor, and perfect in the space. I'm grateful for the effort of these volunteers and what they put in to make sure we have such a well-rounded senior center. The Zoning Board of Adjustment met January 15th and also on December 18th. 3 residential applications were approved with much thoughtful discussion. The Zoning Board also had their reorganization meeting on January 15th. I am thankful for the members of this board. They do difficult work. The meetings are long and often spirited, and they put a lot of effort into making the right decision. I am forever grateful for their service and proud of them. The next meeting will be February 19th. Thank you.
Thank you. There was a lot to unpack in that one.
Yeah.
And it was our pleasure to donate that 12-foot tree to the Senior Center.
It was perfect in that space,
I'm
perfect.
glad they're enjoying it, and that it was the DPW's responsibility to put it up. And not mine. Utilities, Buildings, and Grounds, Councilwoman Cusick.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you, Dylan Hunt, for his Welcome to Ramsey Eagle Scout effort. Seeing it and the information that the project shares about our borough makes me so happy. My report tonight will be an update regarding our Planning Board, our Shade Tree Commission, and the Board of Public Works. Ramsey Planning Board met on January 21st, and there were 2 waivers which were approved. There was a hearing for 663 Crescent Avenue, which is carried into March. The next meeting is scheduled for the 4th of February. The Shade Tree Commission met on January 16th. The next meeting is the 20th of February 2025. The Ramsey Board of Public Works last met on December 16th, and the next meeting is this Monday, December 27th, on account of the holiday. This will be the reorganization meeting. Per and polyfluorinated substances, PFAS, are a group of chemicals used to make fluoropolymer coatings and products that resist heat, oil stains, grease, and water. There are US EPA PFAS water quality limits, which impact our water quality supply. H2M, our architectural and engineering firm, is working with the Ramsey Water Department regarding our treatment approaches. The lead service line replacement, the Board of Public Works continues planning and implementing regarding the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection's lead service line replacement legislation. This project requires that all lead service lines served by the water system be replaced by the year 2031. And lastly, I thank our DPW team for all that they do before, during, and after our snow and weather events. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Public and Governmental Relations, Councilwoman Poppy.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First, I would like to thank and congratulate Dylan Hunt. He is the embodiment of the spirit of Ramsey. That's all I could think when he was up there speaking. His beautification project at the Duck Pond was very well done, and it's a welcome addition to our community. The next Ramsey Municipal Alliance meeting will be Monday, January 27th at 7:30 p.m. and will be held in the front conference room of Borough Hall. They will also hold another stigma-free interest meeting on Monday, February 3rd at 7:30 p.m. This will be at the Ramsey Community Senior Center. We encourage anyone looking to raise awareness around mental health education to attend. There are leadership and general membership opportunities available. The Pool Commission met on January 15th. They discussed their goals for the 25 season and completed their reorg. The next meeting will be held on February 19th at 7:30 p.m. in the front conference room of Borough Hall. Pool rules and membership are planned to be discussed in length. The mayor and council will be hosting 2 new resident networking events. The first will be held Sunday, March 9th, and will be a coffee with the mayor and council and Ramsey Police Department event. Bagels and coffee will be served, and our police dog, Jack, has been confirmed to be in attendance. The next event will be our annual new resident mixer. It's a ways out, but save the date. It will be at the municipal pool on Friday, June 6th, with a rain date of Monday, June 9th. Lastly, the Ramsey Journal will start taking submissions for the spring edition sometime next month. Organizations can expect to hear from me around that time. The publication will be out around mid-April. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Health, Education, and Social Services, Councilman Popolo.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Again, tremendous job by Dylan Hunt. What a list of accomplishments he had. Very, very impressive. Job well done, and it is a pleasure driving in to Ramsey and seeing that display. It's very, very nice, so thank you. I'll start off with Rife. The basketball season has begun, although they were off this past Saturday. I'm probably very, very upset that they were off, but they were off. It will continue this Saturday and goes through mid-March. And Rife Winter Social is this Friday at St. Paul's, and will begin at 7 p.m., right, to 9 p.m. So I think it was over 100 people that were already kind of listed to be there, so it's a pretty big event. Environmental Committee, we met on 114. A lot of discussions of various 2025 ideas and projects, but I will just report on Styrofoam. Did communicate, and there was this past weekend at Upper Saddle River, they had a second collection. So the first one was in Allendale, second one was in Upper Saddle River. I don't have all the numbers for that, but we'll find out the information and provide that at the next meeting. Board of Ed, we are scheduled to meet on the 28th. And that concludes my update.
Thank you. All right. Just like everyone else, I want to thank Dylan Hunt and recognize his wonderful contributions. I think that is one of the most impressive Eagle Scout projects I have seen since joining, being on the council and then becoming mayor. That absolutely amazing project, and was so desperately, desperately needed. It really shows Ramsey in a great light. So I thank Dylan and everyone who supported him on that. He had quite the network and support system. So thanks to all of them for doing that. I'd like to thank Councilwoman Cusick for leading the recognition of the Ramsey Police Department on Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. And my conversations with Chief Lyman, the officers were very, very happy and appreciative of the gifts. And also, he told them that, he goes, by the way, the mayor and council really like all of you, and they completely support you. So I thought that was really nice of him to say that, because it's so true. And I want them to know in times when it's difficult in this environment sometimes to be a law enforcement officer, I want them to know that they are all absolutely supported by us and we have their backs and we believe in them. Let's see, remind everybody, please keep warm, it's bitter out. Thank you to the DPW for doing such a great job on Sunday into Monday. Ramsey always does a good job on the roads. You can tell when you drive into Ramsey from other towns when they're after a snowstorm, because of all of a sudden you're like, oh, the roads are in really good shape. So, well done to the DPW on that. And I know, Borough Administrator Rose is gonna speak about the fourth round affordable housing obligations. But I just want everybody to know that Ramsey has always met its housing obligations in rounds 1, 2, and 3. We take this very, very seriously. We try to be very forward-thinking. Other municipalities just ignore it. They stick their head in the sand. That is not us. We are very, very proactive because we have to protect the borough. We want to maintain the borough's characteristics, and we want to protect the borough from developers' lawsuits, because that's just a waste of taxpayer dollars. So Mr. Rose will say some more about that during his comments. And I would also like to thank the Leisure Club for inviting me to speak to them at their meeting last week. It was my pleasure to speak with them, and there's about 60 people at the community center. They had a good crowd, so thank you to the Leisure Club. And that's all I have. Thank you. Borough Administrator.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I will comment on some of the resolutions that were on the agenda tonight. First off, Resolution 36. This resolution allows the borough to participate in the federal government 1033 program for calendar year 2025, as we've done in years past. The program enables the Ramsey Police Department to acquire excess Department of Defense equipment at no charge. This is not related to simply military equipment. This includes office equipment, generators, medical, first aid equipment, as well as other non-military items. In fact, as an example, we've obtained a number of portable generators, which our Office of Emergency Management utilizes during power outages, providing these generators to those in need for medical issues such as powering oxygen machines and other vital services. Resolution 38 is an appropriation reserve transfer. As mentioned at previous meetings, an appropriation transfers a net neutral budget item, moving underutilized funds from one line item to another that may have had unbudgeted needs throughout the year. Again, there's no overall budget or tax impact, just the formal shifting of funds from one line item to another. At the end of a budget calendar year, that prior year's budget unexpended funds become appropriation reserves for bills from services or equipment that occurred in that calendar year, for instance, now in 2024, that have not been invoiced until New Year 2025. In this case, we have bills received in 2025 that require the net neutral transfer from one 2024 budget line to another, which all of these line items in this resolution went from the Board of Public Works budget. As the mayor mentioned, we have Resolution 39 on the agenda tonight. This resolution authorizes the commitment to fourth round present and prospective need for the borough's affordable housing obligations. This resolution brings the borough in compliance with the fourth round affordable housing obligations adopted into law in 2024. Municipalities that wish to amend their fourth round affordable housing present and prospective need from what the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs, or the DCA, proposed in October of 2024 must do so by January 31st, 2025, and submit that to the DCA. This resolution commits the borough to a fourth round present need or rehabilitation obligation of 51, and the fourth round prospective need new construction of 351, which is down from the DCA's proposed 503 new units. I'm going to go over some of the points regarding the fourth round affordable housing legislation and where Ramsey is currently at in this process. As the mayor mentioned, Ramsey has met all of its affordable housing needs for rounds 1, 2, and 3. The third round settlement agreement and the third round end on July 1st of 2025. In 2024, the New Jersey legislature amended the New Jersey Fair Housing Act, the amended FHA, and Governor Murphy signed this into law in March, setting new requirements and procedures to dictate the process for the fourth round of affordable housing. DCA was required to issue a report to all municipalities with an estimate of the fourth round obligations of each municipality under the standards in the amended FHA on or before October 20th of 2024. For Ramsey, this report calculated the borough's fourth round present need for rehabilitation at 51 and the prospective new construction need at 503. Municipalities may accept these numbers or provide alternate calculations of these numbers, which Ramsey has done, and submit the binding governing body resolution on or before January 31st of 2025. That's the resolution that was just adopted tonight on the agenda. This resolution also preserves the borough's rights to further adjust these fair share obligations through other applicable adjustments under the COA regulations, such as a vacant land adjustment. The resolution also preserves the borough's rights to revoke or amend this resolution and commitment under a successful legal challenge to the amended BHA, which is being led by the Montvale, or the adoption of proposed legislation that the New Jersey Institute of Local Government Attorneys support, which would reduce Ramsey's prospective need from 503 to 103. The other resolution I would just comment on is Resolution 40, authorizing submission of a grant proposal to the DCA under the Local Recreation Improvement Grant Program for Finch Park improvements. This resolution authorizes submission of a grant application for Finch Park improvements. While the grant is general to park improvements, we're looking at utilizing this grant, if we are successful in receiving, to upgrade the electrical service to the park and replace the current lighting on the basketball courts and add lighting to the pickleball courts. We've previously received open space grants recently, which will be used to replace the playing surface in both the basketball and pickleball courts areas as well. And that would conclude my report.
Thank you. There's one there. Borough
No,
Attorney?
nothing, thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Borough Clerk?
Nothing, thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're tabling the introduction of the ordinance. I was told by council that we're tabling it. We're not ready for it.
Correct.
Thank you. So we have no unfinished business, no new business. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'm sorry, just for clarification, are we tabling it or pulling it?
Polling, I'm sorry. Polling,
Go ahead.
All right, thank you.
sorry. All right, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Keep warm, stay safe.
7:49.